Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Smelly and welcome back to Spill Sesh. Today we are doing a weekly Teacap and we are talking about JoJo Siwa and Olivia Jade on Dancing with the Stars, the Hype House turning 2 years old, and something else about Thomas Petro and Kanye West, and the fact that Shane Dawson was on Ryland's podcast and talked all about his future, things that are going on in his life, and sort of addressing his scandal. But before we get into anything, I want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Current. Current is banking entirely on your phone, and it is so easy to manage your money. There is no hidden fees, no hidden anything, and you can receive your paychecks early, you can earn points and get cash back, you can deposit money from your phone. The convenience of this is literally unbeatable, you guys. They make it so easy, so straightforward. There's fee-free overdrafts up to $100. You can withdraw cash without fees at any of the 40,000 all-point ATMs in the US. I just love how easy everything is to use, it all just being on your phone. I can easily track all of my spending, see where all of my money is going, see how much money I spent that month, and they make starting a savings for yourself super easy. So you guys definitely should sign up for Current today. You guys can go to the link in the description or you can go to current.com/spillsesh. Once again, it's current.com/spillsesh. So thank you to Current for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the tea. Alright guys, so first let's start off with Dancing with the Stars. I think this is going to be one of the first seasons that I'm actually truly invested in because I love the entire cast. And two people that are very prominent on the internet, JoJo Siwa and Olivia Jade, are both cast this season. And this past week was the very first week that everybody was dancing. And when I tell you guys, this was actually so awesome to see. A lot of people are a little bugged because JoJo does have a past of dancing. JoJo was from Dance Moms. I definitely think that JoJo's dance background is going to help her, obviously, but as I've watched the show over the years, I've learned that they actually don't care if people have dance backgrounds or whatnot, because this style of dance that they are doing is much different than stuff that JoJo has done in the past. This is like ballroom. It's definitely different than what JoJo has done. She's been like retired as a competition dancer for a little while now, and so that's just something that people have been saying. But I do think that it is so nice that they actually gave JoJo a female dance partner. This is the first time that they're ever doing it on the show, and it's just so fun. I loved the dance that they did. What's so crazy is that JoJo's partner in the middle of the dance actually did slip, and JoJo lifted her up and they kept on going like nothing happened. They got the highest score of the night. Clearly she's killing it. Now as for Olivia Jade, obviously we all know about the college scandal. Olivia has returned to her YouTube channel. She's been posting content pretty frequently since all of that has gone down. With her going on Dancing with the Stars, she says that she wants to prove herself and prove that she is a hard worker, and if she sets her mind to it, then she can achieve it. And honestly, you guys, I loved her dance. I think that she really rocked this dance. She looked so happy to be there. The whole thing was so fun. I loved it, and I'm pretty excited to see how far these two go and what they're going to do in the weeks to come. They also upload all the dances onto their YouTube page, and all the comments under Olivia's videos were actually saying that she did really good. So that's what's going on with Dancing with the Stars. Let's get into what's going on with the Hype House, or you know, what's left of the Hype House, because I don't even really know who's left in this dang house anymore. I just know that there's Thomas Petro and Alex Warren, and they have a Netflix show coming out at some point in time eventually. They really do need to get that out soon, but they posted a TikTok saying that the Hype House was turning 2 years old. I honestly can't believe that it is that old, because it just doesn't feel like the Hype House has been around for that long. I feel like the Hype House was literally last year, but it wasn't. It was before the pandemic. And that's so crazy to process because there's just so much stuff that has happened in life and in their lives, and to see where Addison and Charlie have gone from being in the Hype House, it's just crazy. And something that is just a little random, but I thought I would throw it in here just because we are talking about the Hype House and Thomas Petro, is that in the most random news ever, Kanye West started following Thomas Petro. I am so confused, you guys. I don't know what's in the air, like what's going on. I don't know how this came to be, but he's following Thomas. I know that Kanye is in the process of doing something with his social media where everybody that he follows has a black profile picture and Thomas has his as that right now. So I don't know if his team is just going around searching for people that have this profile picture and then following them or whatnot, because he is following a lot of people that are not verified. I don't really know the secrets behind all of this that is going on. I know that it definitely has to do with this album, and this is extremely random. And he was definitely flexing it in his bio. He said, Kanye follows me, so should you. So that's what's going on with the Hype House. Let's get into Shane Dawson, you guys, because this is something that is so crazy. A place that I honestly never thought that we were going to get to with people talking about Shane, and honestly with Shane being on camera, because a year ago, that was not the case. Shane was hiding. He did not want to be in front of the camera. Ryland was doing everything in his power to avoid Shane being in his vlogs altogether. I mean, Shane was hiding his face, but now Shane is feeling really comfortable being in front of the camera and being on Ryland's channel. And he went on the podcast this week and discussed everything that is going on. And he even talked about the scandal. So in terms of the point of what this episode was, Ryland said that he wanted to kind of give an update on their lives, how it's going since their move to Colorado, how him and Shane are doing in their relationship. That was kind of what they wanted to get at in this episode. And of course, you know, Shane threw in a couple of jokes there. He did joke about his reputation and how the internet knows him.
The one and only my boyfriend, Shane, is here.
I hope I'm the one and only your boyfriend. What the was that?
Well, I was going to say the one and only Shane Dawson is here. And then I was like, that's weird because he's my fiance, like to announce him. Yeah. But like, that's how the world knows you.
Ooh.
And that was like the joke right at the beginning of the episode. And then later on, they were talking a little bit about Addison Rae and the He's All That movie. And Shane kind of threw in a joke that this scene where Addison throws a certain something onto her co-star while they're in the horse barn, he was like, yeah, that kind of reminded me of my last 2 years.
When she threw that horse, it reminded me of the last 2 years of my life. But you know, but she came out of that scene happy.
But it seems like Shane has really moved past the scandal and is willing to open up about that time when he felt like he was never going to make content again. And as we've talked about many times in the recent months, Shane has opened up about the fact that he is very open to coming back, returning to his YouTube channel and starting to post content when he feels inspired to make a video. He is on the hunt for content right now, and that's the only thing that's stopping him from actually posting onto his YouTube channel. And he says that kind of like what's coming up in his life is that he wants to make horror films. Like, he loves YouTube, but the thing that he really wants to put all of his focus on is making movies. And he says he has 2 films already written and he wants to make one of them soon. And he's hoping that it can be soon. And as for YouTube, he's just, you know, kind of waiting around for an idea, but does mention that most of his videos that he's been doing in the recent Shane Dawson years, because he's had so much content throughout the years and so many different times where he was doing completely different things, like his mukbang times and obviously those old videos. But in the more recent times, he's been doing docuseries on very popular YouTubers, and he says he's just not as into pop culture anymore. So if he was to do a docuseries on an influencer right now, it probably just wouldn't be as genuine because he's just not that into, you know, who's popping right now. Now, in terms of the scandal and his family and friends, Shane does touch on the fact that he feels like this scandal really did kind of affect his friends and family. And he's talking to Lizzie and Ryland about the fact that he feels like it really affected him. His past and the content that he used to make really hurt them. And he is so proud of them for continuing to do this podcast, even though, you know, the beginning was a lot of people hating on them and it was mostly because of him and such. So he really wanted to give them a lot of praise and say that he was proud of them.
I know it's been a rough, which is hard because I take a lot of, this is like such a dark place to go, but over the last couple of years, I feel like, and I've really tried to work through it, but it is hard not to feel like I've ruined everybody's lives around me because of my mistakes in the past. And that was definitely a feeling for a while. And it's like, I don't know, I just felt like you've kind of got thrown through the mud.
But
Like,
that's not.
so I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys for doing it consistently and being loyal to the people that watch and not getting so obsessed with, I don't know, because I know how it is.
And Lizzie and Rylan were really hyping Shane up. They really want him to come back. They were saying that he's really talented in editing and that they don't even know how to do what he does, and he gets people invested in content. And a lot of the comments, you guys, were agreeing with this. People were saying, I love seeing Shane come back to us, even if it is on Rylan's channel. It feels so good. We still love you, Shane. I've missed seeing Shane for so long. Can't wait to see his next project. This is the second week I have had tears in my eyes listening to y'all be so real. Last week it was Lizzie, and this week it was Shane and Lizzie. Thank you all for feeling comfortable enough to talk about your struggles and issues that a lot of people deal with too. Great podcast, y'all. It's nice to hear an honest conversation, and it's nice that you didn't cut out the dark stuff, because that's real life and a lot of people can relate to that. So that's pretty much what went down on the podcast. That's what Shane had to say about the scandal. Now, in terms of his Instagram story, Shane did go on his Instagram earlier this week to say that he is in such a good place and kind of detail where his headspace is at.
Okay, this is really cheesy and I'm probably going to regret posting this, but I just want to say I'm just so happy. Like, I'm editing, I'm up at 2 a.m, working on stuff and just like doing the weirdest things. Like, I just did a montage for one of Rylan's videos with well, I don't want to give it away, but it's just so, like, I love it so much. I'm just so happy. I'm doing good. I'm happy. I'm in a really good place. And I'm really excited about life. Okay, that's it. I'm not drunk, I promise. Also, I'm burning a candle. It smells really good, okay?
So I definitely want to know how you guys feel about everything that Shane had to say on the podcast, the Hype House, as well as Dancing with the Stars. Are you guys watching it? Let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.